Hello, welcome. Thank you for carving out 30 minutes of your time with us on this journey where Kari and I will talk about change management in large legacy transformation. My name is Vasudha Prabhala, and I'm a Senior Vice President at Headspring, and my charter is essentially delivering large transformations for great clients. Over to you, Kari.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kari Brey, and I work at Travelers Insurance Company. I'm a second vice president with Travelers, and my main charter is transforming a large legacy application to modern technologies. So I have a lot of experience in change, and I'm very excited to talk to you all about that today.
So before we talk about change management, let's talk a little bit about legacy transformations. If you look at our emerging landscape, you can see that CIOs are at significant pressure, to move IT at the same pace as the business, right? Organizations expect that, our systems and our capabilities in the IT organizations to reflect the business reality, which means they're asking for flexible, scalable, and secure systems. But most legacy applications right now, and when I say legacy applications, you can see some of the bullets. These are on outdated technologies, and you have some of aging workforce, or you have outdated skill set. And a lot of them, you can't even put in more features. And also what's happening is, as people retire, there's a huge change in the business, the tribal knowledge, loss of that. And also a lot of them we see that requires re-engineering of business processes. And given all of these, then this requires large transformation programs. Large transformation programs have 4 characteristics. One is scale, and more often than not, these changes affect large parts of the organization, if not all of it. Magnitude, what I mean by that is it significantly alters the status quo. And then the duration, the third angle is the duration, which means it lasts for months, if not years. And more often than not, trust me, years is the reality than months. And these are of strategic importance. So they are, again, trying to change how the business functions, help business capabilities, and also the IT capabilities. So we are always working through these 4 aspects in long-term transformations. And what essentially that means is change management becomes the core of everything. How you manage change, how do you incorporate change, how do you become an organization that is able to deliver these programs successfully and also in turn change your organization. Now, one of the things that happens when you are talking about change management, there are a lot of definitions out there, in terms of, hey, what is change management? Change management is changing processes. Change management is changing people. But if you look at it at its core, it is actually becoming a learning organization. And what I mean by that is it's a process of continually renewing an organization direction and its overall structure, and also the capabilities to serve the ever-changing needs of your internal and external customers. And I'm not saying this is easy. We are not saying that at all. But I have to understand that the focus is on becoming a learning organization, and you want to get it right as much as possible. And I talk about that because managing change is really hard. And the sad truth is a lot of change management initiatives fail. Gartner did a study, and it said about only 54% of these transformations actually succeed. The change management initiatives succeed. And that's because of some of the reasons that you can see on the slide, but more often than not, it is because of the top 2. The top 2 reasons that are there. The first one is confusing communication with engagement. And what we mean by this is, while it's absolutely necessary communicating all aspects of things, but just because you are communicating doesn't mean the people in your organization are actually engaged. So you want to make sure that you have capabilities to manage both of those, the communication aspect of it and the engagement aspect of it. Now, well, what I've seen in my experience is, and I'm sure Kari can vouch for this, is there's a lot of emphasis on formal aspects of change management. Who the sign off, who should be doing this, where should it go next? Hey, are we following agile process? Are we following XYZ? Are we capturing these metrics? What gets lost is the human element of it. How does this make people feel? How do you capture that into metrics? We'll talk a little bit about all of those, but that's essentially where we want to focus. So you want to make your culture a priority and make sure that you can learn, adapt as an organization. If you don't do change management right, then you can have some unintended consequences. It is all the way from the job satisfaction of the individual. And in software development, if you're not really happy and you're experiencing burnout, it affects your performance. If it affects you as an individual as a performance, it affects the organization that you are in. And eventually, your delivery doesn't meet the expectations of what the business wants, and that creates a negative user experience. So these things have ripple effects. And so you want to be extremely careful of how you implement change management and what the intended and unintended consequences are. A lot of times, people focus or organizations focus is on, hey, where are we on